But Toronto Maple Leafs got the defenseman that they were looking for. Trade deadline is not until February 25th, but General Manager Kyle Dubas didn't waste any time acquiring Jake Muzzin from the Los Angeles Kings for a first-round pick and 2 prospects. And I'm here with Scott Stinson, national sports columnist for Post Media News. And Scott, does this put the Leafs over the hump? Are they Stanley Cup bound now?
Well, they're better than they were. I mean, there's no getting around the fact that Jake Muzzin's a quality NHL defenseman, slots right into their top 4, probably on the top pair. So that's definitely an asset that they're going to have. It's the kind of thing, I think, where however this plays out, they're better off today than they were a few days ago. So it's a big move for them. It's a big help. It's no doubt that it's going to be a better Toronto Maple Leafs defense core than it was. And as we've known for a long time, this is the big question they've had. Can their defense be good enough to win a playoff series? Yeah,
you answered it. Like, forward-wise, this team is as good as any on paper. Goaltending, Frederik Andersen is possibly a Vezina Trophy candidate. Where there are question marks, obviously on defense. After Morgan Rielly, it gets real thin back there on the blue line. We're only weeks from Jake Gardiner getting booed on home ice. So that's the kind of atmosphere that the Toronto blue line was under. So you imagine Muzzin will be able to fortify that. But when you're looking at a potential first-round matchup against the Bruins or I guess the Montreal Canadiens, does this team now have everything cooking where you're saying, yeah, they should at least get past the first round? Because I think that is the litmus test right now is you can't get past the first round. Doesn't matter what you did in the regular season.
Yeah, I agree with you there. They have to win or at least a round in the playoffs. I think they have the talent to do that right now if they make no further changes. But I do think if the opportunity presents itself to add one more body, a player, they've got some cap space to deal with. If they can add a quality NHL player to give them that little bit more depth and it doesn't cost them anything in the future in terms of long-term commitments, I think they do it because this has got to be. They're getting to a point where there's got to be some urgency with this team. It's going to be the 3rd playoff season with Mike Babcock, and at some point you got to start winning playoff games.
Yeah, and some of the names out there, just for people. Wayne Simmons from Philadelphia would add a little grit, a lot of size. Michael Ferland from Carolina fits the same kind of mold. Don't be surprised if we hear the names Brett Pesce, defenseman from Carolina, right shot defenseman, as well as Alex Pietrangelo. Imagine him in a Leafs uniform, Blues captain. Would be obviously a hefty price. We'll see what Kyle Dubas and company are going to plan for the trade deadline. For Post Media News, I'm Michael Trikos. This is Scott Stinson. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and Facebook as well. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel.